Hello, lovers of STEM. So this one is more a reflection than advice, but it's about curving. When I was at Georgia Tech, I took classes where the test average maybe a 30, and it was very difficult for students to want to help each other because you didn't want to know you help somebody blow the curve so that your 22 becomes an F instead of a D. So students often ask me about curving grades, and I say, I curve when I create the exam because that's what a grad school professor, George Cook at Vanderbilt, used to say to me. And also, I write exams that people can pass. I never liked curving, and I'll tell you why. Because your exam performance is not a measure of your understanding. If a 44 becomes a C, that means I knew 44% of the material. I don't know anything, right? So I write tests that people can pass, so you should not have to curve. So if you get a C, that means you knew an average amount of material. If you get 100, that means you knew everything on the exam. If you got an F, you really got an F. And remember, professors really obsess over their rubric. So don't come to them asking for points back, because I promise you that if you fail my exam, I probably worked really hard to find you some partial credit, because I've never not given partial credit in my life. I've even given a point for a name before because everything else on the paper was wrong. Okay, so curving is not a good thing. That means a bad exam was written that nobody could pass. It's better to know, and this is why I also show the histogram of the performance for my exams. I show it to the students so they know what the average is, they know where they fall along that, and ideally it would look like a Gaussian or bell curve, although it sometimes does not, I'll be honest. But you know in advance that somebody was able to pass the exam, and that if you got a 22, you really only knew 22% of the material. Stay STEM-tastic.